And this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Set, ready, 50, plant.
Don't get nervous.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Bang, bang, bang.
Rock it, hit it.
Now a give, right side. Moss. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Hey, watch the slant.
Now Gordon on first down. And some room to run now. That one good for 33 and a first. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Here's a first down throw that's complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go, 90, Wolf.
On first and 10, Patterson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Hey, Haywood. Look at me, zipper. Now.
Looking to throw. Patterson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points. And nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing now is Locke. This is Gordon on the dump off. A big play there on the catch and run. And even 80 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
They look to throw. It's Locke. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 2nd down now. Mayer trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
30 base.
They're running it.
Hey, Alpha.
94 is a month. 94 is a month. Do it right now. Something like that. 94 is a month. 94 is a month. I got it.
Hey, Charlie. Hit it.
On 3rd down, Patterson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Za'Darius Smith with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. On now is the Titans punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
General West.
Let's go.
From the pistol, they run with Gordon. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
Come on, set. 60 yards.
You don't want none.
You're out.
On 3rd down, it's Moss. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 44 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Bravo. Ready?
Block now on 1st down. That's going to be caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A good pickup there, a 22. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the 1st down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. Thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
218, chop it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A big hitter there, a 1st down gain of 26 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Watch the twist, watch the twist.
On 1st down, Mayer. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
We can't be stopped.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two.
Ready? 30 base. Now.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lock. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Locke going to bring the offense up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
After the turnover, here's Locke. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Clock now to throw. Going underneath for Gordon. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down.
Check pass, check pass. Shift, watch the shift.
80 weapon.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
We got this. At the 16-yard line.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This a 33-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Patterson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back.
On the ready.
94 is the mark. Get that quarterback at all costs.
They go.
From the gun on 3rd down. Patterson. And able to find Kirk complete. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Christian Kirk, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. Now the try here for the extra point. And he's got it as the score is now 31-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Ready, set.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hard. Snap.
On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. For 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. Moss. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Patterson. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Ready. 10-2 saw.
Let's go, D.
Hey, exit. 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, Patterson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. On 1st down, Patterson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
First down, Tennessee.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Greystone travel.
You got tight.
Back to throw. Patterson. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Moss. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here's Locke to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey!
94 is the mark.
2nd and 6. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. This is what counts. This is what counts.
Hey, Echo!
94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Here I come.
Fire!
To throw on 3rd down, Patterson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Darnell Savage. Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Big stop. Let's go. Check.
Hey, orbit!
Check.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. It's caught here by Adams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Locke going to throw. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Ready up!
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Ain't no.
Hey! High 7! Go!
Now Locke again. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal?
Ready, ready!
So on 3rd and goal, Gordon. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Melvin Gordon, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
On 4th down, Patterson. And it is incomplete. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, Locke. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Gordon. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 2nd down, it's Moss. And he'll get this down only to the 18.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Set, ready, 30 base.
Mike 50. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Let go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Moss. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Here we go on 4th down, and he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs.
Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Packers, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles...